hadn't added myself to stage. Hey, shorties. Yikes. Welcome, welcome. I'm so sorry about the daylight savings thing before. Um, I knew what the time was, Eastern. Didn't think about the fact that StreamYard didn't know about it. So thank you all for being back again now. Yay! Have you hit the like button? I've got new lip liner. Oh, so exciting. So many. So red. Yeah. Um, oh, good. Poppy's here. um, thanks, babe. Hi, Ernie. Hi, Debbie. Laurie Life 360. Cam Shorty, Cam Shorty, Cam Shorty. Yes, yes, yes. Adam, babe. I love you. Who else? Oh, me. Shiza. Yeah, and then I'm going to pull up the Yellow Cottage Tails Plevin shit. And I'm like, why are there ads playing? And then I'm looking up and it signed me out. I'm like, ah! So anyway, here we are. Here we are. Sweet. Oh, hey, Ruthie. Mwah. Miss Jess. Mrs. Ash. Vicky. Yay, yay, yay. So, happy Saturday, y'all. Katie's on her way. She's on her way. And today, so everyone talks about Plevin, yeah? Yellow Cottage Tails was one of the first, in the first day or two. Suddenly I need to blow my nose. Fantastic. Itchy. In the first day or two of me being vocal with my stance on free Karen Reid in about day 2, maybe 1, day 2 or 3 of trial, of the Karen Reid trial. Plevin, Masshole Mafia, Braden Carney, Ellie Mae, so you know who they are, Jen McCabe, Juliana Nagel, Yellow Cottage Tails, Plevin. So they were one of the first accounts that I ever blocked because they were disgusting. And Turd's in the house, yo. Thanks, Turd, for writing my amazing intro song and producing it. And then thank you, Adam, for making the amazing video. Make sure you drop into both their channels and hit subscribe because they have incredible content coming out almost daily. And Adam's live streams are outstanding, as are his produced Land Pirate Radio fake radio shows. I like to think they're not fake. They're just dramatized and amazing. So Poppy's here. Hi, Poppy. Good to see you. Don't lick me. I love you. Don't lick me. So I've never watched Plevin. No real desire to. However, Katie Smith, who was here last week for most of our chat with John Como, and who was one of my very first guests on my Let's Talk Addiction series, and has had a personal run-in with Yuri, Trooper Bukkake, as we like to call him. So she would like to, Vicky's cooking, amazing. Yes. There's Adam. So it would be fun, I thought, perhaps maddening, to do a live reacts of me watching Plevin for the first time ever, with Katie walking me through it. So I have just one of his most recent episodes pulled up and ready to live reacts to. I'm not sure if Katie's watched it because why would you watch much of Plevin, really? Kevin, he lives in an attic, in his mother's yellow attic. By all accounts, was on the side of free Karen Reid, of her innocence, and then had some sort of falling out with folks. And also, I think he liked the idea of being an agitator and being noticed on the wrong side of things over hey Stan. Oh, excuse me. Hey LB. Yay. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Make sure you hit the like on the way in. So he was on oh, you know what I haven't done? Rookie error. Yikes, it's been the morning. Let me do this now quickly. I'll talk and do. Could be risky. Yeah, Ruthie, what did you say? I've watched Plevin for probably 30 seconds and realized he was anti Karen Reed and got out ASAP. Yeah, I don't really have any interest, but I thought it'd be interesting to stimulate some conversation to, I mean, have a laugh. I'm not really big on laughing at other people at their expense, but my earbuds out. Sorry, I took my earbuds out and started doing. Yep, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'll be back in a second. I'm putting my earbuds in. No, wait. Wait. Let me do this. No, I didn't hit a button. I took out my earbuds once. I'm back in it. Give me 10 seconds. Yep. See. Thank you. Poppy. Can I blame Poppy? She's stressing me out. There you are. Let me just get these this Bluetooth thing going before I take them out and stop talking and focus on that. Anyway, Plevin, douchebag. So I'm not gonna. I mean, oh hi Buster, cool. I love you. Hi everyone. I got them. I got them more deer antlers. Hey Bussy. I got them more deer antlers. Wait. Let me do this. Turn Bluetooth on. Yes, I'm such a pro. Lol. So, Taryn, hey, how you going? Some people ask for it. Exactly. I got the dogs deer antlers. So if you hear chomping noises, I've got them for them before, but they had finished them. They last forever. Actual deer antlers. Hang on. Can you see Poppy? Wait. Just ignore my disgusting house. It is bad. Can you see Poppy there? She's chewing. Got them for $100. Anyway, hopefully that'll save my walls. But if you hear chomping noises, that's just them. Yay. Hey Annie. Hi from Vegas. Yikes. Vegas. I want to go to Vegas and I don't want to go to Vegas because it looks terrifying with all that people shit. So I think what we might do is get started on this Plevin thing. I'm gonna leave their chat up. Unless that's really messing with you, any of you who are watching on the big screen on television. And so then this chat, I think, is that how it works? Our chat and then the chat on the side of the screen conflicts? Let me know, yeah? Who's this? This is Ash. Kevin's last show with the true crime and wine lady was a bash besting. It's Turtle Boy. And yes. So what is it this wait, let me share the screen. Is it the one that's called Conspiracy Theory in Karen Reed? Yes, that was his last one. So if it's too triggering, Mrs. Ash, we can always go back and find another one. Katie did want to do some looking at some of Plevin's tweets, but she's on her phone and I don't have Twitter loaded on my laptop yet. It was a little bit of a swerve at the last minute. So all Plevin wants is the truth, right? He says searching for searching for the truth. Well, he hasn't found it. I think he found it, then he lost it again, right? I wrote a song mocking Plevin, but I would never want to go up against him for real because he's mean as all fuck. I've actually got him on my hit list of clout chasing guests that I want to have. I've also got Grant Smith Ellis on my list. And he's actually replied and said he'd think about it. So I would give Grant Smith, Ellis, the platform to not to spread his bullshit, but to have a platform to dig a hole deeper. If you call him Plevin, he sounds like a loser. I mean, he's a loser, whatever you call him, mate. All right. So Katie's not backstage yet. She said give it to 1:15. So we'll get going, and I'm sure I can. I mean, I did 5 hours yesterday, just me. So if Katie isn't able to get in here, we'll be fine. Wait, what am I doing? Just let me know in chat. I'll come back or I'll have a look and make sure that it's not calling it your hit list. My clout chasing list, Ruthie. Yes. Hey, Poppy, get to go. I love you too, like me. I get very easily overwhelmed when she comes all up in my grill like that. All right. And then after this at 9, I'm going to be doing so it's sort of Karen Reid theme night. I'm going to be doing a review of Kerry Roberts' testimony. There was only direct testimony, and I find that interesting. And what we know now, I thought it might be really interesting to go back and listen to what she says and how she says it, given that she was one of the infamous summation 4 to go to closing arguments. So all of that suggests to me that might be really interesting to go back and watch. So let's have a look. Not that though. We're doing Plevin. Yikes. Sorry about my sniffing. My mother hates it. I hate it too, but it's part of my charm. Literally, Adam, I love you. Don't lick me. So chat, before I get going, if you want me to get rid of that chat on the side there, let me know. I just think maybe it's too small. No, I'll get rid of it. Yeah. Such a professional. Let's get rid of that. And then full screen it. Sniff, sniff. Okay, this is his opening. I'm going to get rid of the opening because it doesn't look funny and it's 4 minutes. Stay tuned. Yeah, we're so tuned, Plevy. I know he's got mipples. I know he's got some, Adam. He's got some man boobs, some mipples. I don't think you've got man boobs, Adam. Oh, there he is. Stand against the mob. Okay.
A reaction video to last night's show with podcaster, true crime writer, M. William Phelps. And it was fun to watch. It's about a 15-minute segment, and you can see the panic.
Oh, Wendy, thank you. I've got new lip color.
He knows what's coming, the truth, and it ain't on his side. Let's take this picture down. So Karen's going to be here at 8, so I got about 10 minutes. And I wanted to come on early. Sorry, I turned away from the mic. I wanted to come on early. This article was in Boston Globe magazine today.
I just went, it's crazy, but then it was just me. I bet you don't.
Kind of interesting.
But even so, I love your moves.
And a little dark in here. All right. I promise you it's not very long. So just put up with me and let me read it for a second. So this is uptitled, "The Media Gets Things Wrong. I think it'd be better if we speed it up. How to be a skeptic, but not a crackpot."
Plevin. A crackpot?
When I think about the old adage that it's good to be open-minded, but not so open-minded that your brains fall out, the name that pops into my head is Brett Weinstein. Weinstein is an evolutionary biologist, formerly of Evergreen State College in Washington. In 2017, some faculty and student activists proposed...
He's literally in the attic. See, Betterow says it calls him the man in the attic or the guy in the attic. And Yellow, I can't even remember, attic dweller. And he is in the attic. I mean, no shade against attics. And I do like that rattan shelving he's got behind him. But it very much looks like things haven't changed there since the 80s, doesn't it? Yikes.
Proposed a day of absence for white people on campus as a form of protest against racism. I do remember this. Weinstein objected, saying that one's right to speak or to be
Yellow attic troll. Hi, Bob.
Must never. This is weirdly worded. One's right to speak or to be must never be based on skin color. In the ensuing blowup, his classroom was occupied by protesters accusing him of racism, and the campus was shut down due to threats. Their positions untenable. He and his wife, Heather, sued and then resigned in a $500,000 settlement from the college.
Wait, it just dawned on me. He's reading an actual newspaper, also from the 80s. Do people still have, or 90s? Do we still have newspapers? Doesn't everyone get their news online? Plevin.
It was generally unfair, and they were genuinely wronged for expressing a reasonable 70s critique of campus activists. And I agreed with Weinstein, Brett Weinstein at the time, and I've seen him on, but there's more to this. So the writer, whose name is Jesse Singal.
Yes,
but since then, Weinstein has become a full-on conspiracy theorist. In his mild professorial voice, he has suggested that the October 7th Hamas terror attack in Israel
what's he talking about?
To divide the vaccine skeptic community. So I didn't hear this, but if it's true, it's nuts.
Wait.
So Weinstein apparently has suggested that last year's October 7th Hamas terror attack.
Lord have mercy on my patience and my soul. Hello, Bussy. Guess who's here? There's someone. Oh my god, my sniffing. It's going to kill me. I'm so sorry about the sniffing. I'll try not to. It's a habit. You know who's here backstage? Friend of the channel, absolute babe Shorty, Miss Katie Smith. Well, hey girl.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm dying, apparently. I have a sinus infection, but I made it.
Oh my god.
I'm always a mess right when I get on here. I don't know why.
Oh, don't worry. I've had quite
bad. This is bad, but I made it.
Amazing. Here, I'll get rid of that for a second. So we had a bit of a. I'm sorry, I don't have Twitter on my this laptop.
Okay.
But we can, if you want to save those tweets, we can do that another time. Easy. I'll get Twitter up and running.
Yeah, because like I honestly didn't. I like procrastinated so bad because I didn't want to even like subject myself to him.
No,
you know, it hits so bad.
Yes, and I'm just even marveling at his literal attic and how dingy and shit it is, and that he's at the moment reading a newspaper, like an actual newspaper.
Is his shirt on at least?
Yes.
He didn't striptease. Oh, thank God. That was scary, man.
That was terrifying. And then what Flipperhead did, I'm not going to play that video because I got demonetized on when I played that video last time. What Flipperhead did with all of them dancing and then bloody Plevin taking off his shirt off and on. Yikes.
It's like, what's up with them taking their clothes off? Like Yuri at the wedding, like he must hate that. Do you know what I'm talking about when he's like strip teasing at the wedding? Like,
and then he does that thing with his shirt under between his legs.
Yes. You know that came back to bite him in the ass. You know he hates that.
But then there's Tristan, whatever his Morris.
Tristan Morris
doing his whatever, like humping the floor and he's dancing in that more recent video. Yeah, crazy.
I think I missed that. I definitely. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's in it's in that Flipperhead. It's in the same Flipperhead video. He did a compilation. I played it on my when I had Tommy CPU on, and Tommy said, "Play this," and it's got the Bee Gees as the backing music, and I didn't really even think about it, and I got fully like not a copyright strike, but demonetized. But it's hilarious. So check out Flipperhead's that video.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's really funny. I wish I knew how to do that stuff because I have so many ideas in my head that I wanted. Like I suck at editing stuff.
You know what though, with editing, with anything, it's like with anything, you just have a bit of a go and start. Like even Flipperhead's videos, his first videos were really clumsy because he was just learning. And as he's done more and more, they're getting more and more polished and professional. And oh, thanks, Wendy. That's me. I'm just I'm a delicate flower, like a petal, very romantic. Wendy's saying that I've got a very romantic look this evening. Thanks, Wendy. All right, so the shirt's on. I will turn down the volume a little bit on Plevin, maybe. Poppy, do you want to go out now? Lord have mercy. And we'll is this the room for the roast? Hi, Glen Lake. Yes, you're here for the right roasting. Let's do it.
For the roast. Are we talking about Yuri after too? Because that's like my favorite subject.
Well, do you want to do Yuri first?
No, let's do Plevin. We'll get that.
Let's do as much Plevin as we can tolerate.
Yeah, seriously. Yes. He is just so insufferable. Like I remember, I was gonna say, like, if somebody could find a video where Plevin literally turned, like when Aiden said that he was a fence sitter, and Plevin literally turned anti-Karen Reed on in the same live. It just happened in like a 10-minute span. I don't know when it was though.
No, I was saying to chat before you came backstage that I felt like he might have decided to change because he could get more traction and get noticed more as a smaller number on that side rather than being in the bulk of, like, look at his name on the screen there, stand against the mob. I guess we're the mob.
Right. Apparently, yeah, I guess so. Crazy.
Okay, Plevin.
Via the Darien Gap, and that Kamala Harris's earrings
he's just reading the newspaper.
Recent debate were designed to look like
pretty random.
Oh.
he's doing. Oh my God, he's doing his buttons.
Oh no!
No, I'm
God
sure he
help
was.
us.
He was a guy that was supposedly for 4 years
No.
Why is he doing his
the head of
buttons?
Psychology Today, and
Don't
he
you
supposedly
dare.
has over the years published
Oh,
many mainstream
God.
peer-reviewed articles, and so he sounded credible to me. And then what he was talking about
It might
was
still come off though. You never know.
this conspiracy by Google
Unless it's John
to
Como. Only
determine
John
how
Como.
we think about
Everybody
any
else.
particular issue,
He's the
particularly
man.
political issues, but a lot
Where
of other
is John
issues too.
Como?
And so far, so good to me.
No.
I believed,
No,
okay,
I
maybe
don't
this is
know.
happening. This guy sounds scientific.
Look at. Oh.
And then he started talking about how Google's been trying to scare him into silence, making attempts on his life.
What? Who is he
I don't know what
talking
he's
about?
talking
He
about.
mentioned as an
I
example
have no
a
idea.
recent car
He
accident that
doesn't
his
even
wife
know what he's
was in,
talking about.
I don't think he
and how
does.
that was an example of it. And he started giving other examples.
Miss Jess MB, one of my beautiful moderators, said, "Can we please stay away from him talking about ARCA?" Like, honestly, I'd like to
I
stay
wrote
away
that
from him
down.
talking about
How he
it.
said they're not like qualified, or like not that they're not qualified, but they just didn't get the whole scope or whatever. It's like, dude, they took their literal crash reconstruction experts. They're not Joe whatever Paul. Is that what his name was? Super Paul.
Yeah, Joe Paul.
But
Joseph
that's
Paul,
not
yes.
an expert. That was just somebody who got the shit end of the stick from the state police that they just threw on the stand and threw him to the wolves. Like,
literally.
Like,
well, let's see if we can. Let me see if I can find some. I was going to say some sense in Plevin, but maybe some relevant gobbledygook, not irrelevant gobbledygook.
Not politics. I can't even imagine. I wonder what his politics even are, but I really don't care that much. But it's just funny. Plevin's just.
I feel like he'd probably have wishy-washy political views as well, because everything else about
it
it
is. Fence sitter on politics, as he is in everything.
Because thank you for the donation. Once somebody makes a donation,
God,
I can go back.
I think Plevin makes his own donations. Oh, here we go. Who's this? Karen.
How does he get donations? But he's not a grifter. What? No. And then he says the people that have had YouTube channels before can't read, but they're grifting. But how is he not a grifter? I don't get it.
Rules for thee and not for me.
So,
all right, here we go.
I want to say, all right, Karen is here now. So
Karen, offensive that the guest is called Karen.
I'll know she can hear me and she's ready to
Karen's the wine lady.
All right, I'm getting the thumbs up. All systems go for Karen McCormick. Hi, Karen. Mike is off.
My God.
Let me see.
Like
she's got a giant mic, but she hasn't got
something.
You gotta just click her mic
on. Alcoholics Anonymous and true crime. Jesus Christ!
I think it just is on your channel, Karen. I think you've just
look at her.
If you look on the stream link,
on the StreamYard link,
is it show right there?
Look at her.
You know what she looks like? She looks like Jennifer Coffindaffer.
I know, like Jennifer Coffindaffer and some like blues hound had a child, love child.
It's going good, actually. And I had a call. I hadn't talked to her for a while from Jen Coffindaffer.
Yeah,
she was having some technical difficulties.
What a surprise!
I'm usually the last person who want to call
hammered.
Technical difficulties. Let's face
it. She's gonna fall right out of that chair.
But here we are.
So let's.
I think she's not just hammered. I feel like there's something else going on there.
Oh yeah, there's some other stuff on board as well.
Some Pepsi.
Sounds a little. Oh, it was on my end. It was on my end. I apologize. So just give us some feedback, and if one of us sounds too high or too low, let me know.
Who's you looking at?
What we're going to do is we're going to go right into Turtle Boy's video, and this is. I think
who is she talking to?
I was watching it last night. My mouth was. I was like, oh my God, is this really happening? So yeah, I watched it.
Is she at normal speed?
All right.
It's 1.25.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Jesus.
Let me line this up.
But that's not that fast.
Right. Exactly.
So that's fine. Timu Coffindaffer. Yes.
As people have heard,
wish virgin
trailer for this. No, I was interviewed by Matt too.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I, as far as the content,
do they have her on Court TV? Do you know?
I don't know, and that's up to Matt.
Maybe they use her like a body double. Yeah, I know.
Go down some kind of conspiracy road here and
look, we're live.
Too messed up. They throw the other one in there.
Matt had told me was it's M. William Pulse, and he is a podcaster.
Oh, I did watch this
podcast
because somebody else. I think the Glare had this on. He was reacting.
He's also, a true crime author.
I'm not surprised.
Right?
Yes,
okay, so I guess I did watch some Plevin.
There you go. So you know well what's coming, somewhat.
Right. Yeah, somewhat. I had it on for background.
Yeah. I wish that he would get rid of Aiden's chat replay, so that was a bit more condensed. But anyway, that's fine.
It's like us replying, them replying, like it's crazy. Reacting, I mean.
React. It's a react to a react of a react.
Kind of guy.
Like ADHD reactions.
And, he's wanted to cover this case from a both sides kind of way. And we'll see what Turtle Boy.
Yeah.
We'll see what Turtle Boy thinks about that.
Yeah, that's not allowed. Okay, let's see though.
Oh my God, they're so annoying.
Just trying to get through the parts. We don't want to do any more Turtle Boy than we need.
Oh,
righto, Plevin, you're doing Turtle Boy.
Phelps now, and we're going to talk about
his
the
whole, his whole brand is hating Turtle Boy. That's their whole brand, literally.
Yeah, when we're hanging out at your house. Yeah, I like Matt.
Okay, all right.
But most people call me
This
Phelps,
is like
that works for me.
Oh, you're Phelps. Okay, cool. A little blurry there. Yeah.
Clara, I think.
A little bit.
Oh.
That's okay.
Just for people, one of the things about StreamYard is that Turtle Boy uses the same service that I do, is that it puts a lower resolution.
Why does he even say this? Like, who gives a shit?
If Matt already has,
why does anyone care about that?
Low resolution camera.
Nobody cares about anything Plevin said.
I don't know. Just the way to do it.
Shit. He says like
Jessica,
he has a small following because
but you'll see he mentions me.
They're smart. They're smart ones, so there's not too many of them or something. Like what? Imagine like
following. Yeah. He has a small following because most of them are his own sock puppet accounts.
And they say like, oh, we don't allow other people, like the other side, to have their own opinion. It's like, well, no, we do. We just think it's stupid because it is. Like Karen Reed didn't kill John, and there's no two ways about it. Like I could see if there was evidence pointing to the fact that she did, but there isn't. So it's like you're dumb. If you're not dumb, but you're just taking. You either say she's guilty because you don't know the story, or you just don't like Aiden, or I mean, I don't know. That's the only two reasons I can think of. But by now, everybody knows the story.
100%. And I mean, it's just so transparent. That like there literally is no way that anybody of a sound mind with the ability to do some critical thinking is going to think that Karen Reed is guilty. So, I mean, that could be the answer, though. Is it that Plevin is not of sound mind?
Right. I mean, I just don't. He was almost like on our side, basically, and then Aiden called him a fence sitter during his live, and he just went off. And like the next day, like or whatever, she was guilty, and like we're the crazy mob people.
Little baby bitch boy just being a little butthurt guy.
Have feelings towards Turtle Boy one way or the other. I don't like him. I don't dislike him. I don't have any feelings for him.
Right, I know.
He's on your show every day.
The most dangerous and disgusting
phenomenon
that we've seen in this state.
Absolutely.
Dangerous.
And I just want to say,
what?
While you have,
did he just say the Salem witch trials?
I actually, his name is Matt, right? I just discovered him last night, and I was like, I need to email.
People are being burned at the stake.
There are these like lines that people use, like, oh, you're obsessed with Turtle Boy, oh, you're this, and it's like the same thing every single time. I like you. I don't have a personal hatred towards him. I don't think he's a good guy, but my life is not revolved around what he says and does. I don't think he's a good person. I don't like what he's doing, but that's not why I do what I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the, I was many years a bartender and a bar owner. And, when you're behind the bar, one of the things you.
Go ahead.
Whether you like Aiden or not, or whether you followed Aiden or not, it's that Aiden doesn't force us to think what we think. It's just like common sense. And you know what I mean? It's obvious. Just look at the minute I don't remember like how long it was after I learned about this. Like, well, Aiden dropped his first article about it, but like how long after I saw the autopsy photos. But like once, I mean, I read the story and I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then I saw the photos and I was like, yeah, he didn't get hit by a car. You know what I mean? Like at all.
Yeah,
there's no maybe about it,
My first sort of simultaneously, because these facts came to my awareness, I think after the TUI report was sort of revealed, and was the fact that the 34 Fairview, that no one inside came out in the morning when all of that like brouhaha was going outside with all the the first responders and everything, and Karen, I didn't even know about Karen screaming then. It was just that they didn't come out, that they were law enforcement folk. Brian Albert was a police officer, and the picture of the autopsy, the arm, that was for me the thing where I was everything else for me was just confirmation rather than anything I needed.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, it just like made you believe it further. Like then you already, you know what I mean? It just I know what I'm saying. Yeah. It was just crazy the fact that like because in the beginning, I mean. I believed it. Yeah. Right after we saw the autopsy photos, I was just like, and the tail light for me is huge because like if people don't like, I tell people about it that don't know about the case or like before it got really popular. I still do it too. If people don't know, I show them I explain like the background, like this girl got accused of killing her possibly police officer boyfriend. And usually people are like, oh yeah, like I know that. And I'll show them the tail light when she left the house. And then I show the tail light after the car got towed, and then I show them the autopsy photos. And another thing, it's like when they took her car, why didn't they arrest her? Because if they had enough probable cause to take her car, they should have arrested her.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. It's just so wild. I think the thing with Aiden is well, absolutely. He's the voice piece. He's the mouthpiece. He's like I mean, if they want to say he's a cult leader, well, yes, but with nothing nefarious. But he has rallied the troops. He has drawn people together. He's like you know, he is the central creator, but as a journalist, but now also as a creator on YouTube. And the other, you know, like the other channels like the Young Jerks or the Glera or Mazza or like Nurse Kim. I mean, me, I'm not solely free Karen Reid in terms of my content, but those people have been the supporting act to the message that Aiden's been bringing, and the message is what he's found in his investigative journalism. So I think maybe the jealousy about Aiden comes from. I mean, I know he's not everybody's cup of tea. I love his brashness, his his audacity.
That's what I like about him. He doesn't give a fuck at all.
Yeah, and like, you know, leaders, whether they're good or bad in their intention, and Aiden is good, in my opinion. Leaders have to have big personalities, be charismatic, have the ability to draw people in, to get people to draw.
No one will listen to you otherwise.
So, I think that people like yes, Glenn Lake, he's a general. People like Plevin or Grant Smith Ellis, I think they're jealous because they don't have that charisma. They never will. And that, particularly for a man, I think can be quite you know, threatening, you know.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So let's see what else he has to say, because it's nothing of any value.
It was funny at first to listen to him.
Sometimes you like them as a customer.
Yeah, I literally just never had any time for it. I just knew that how he was to me on Twitter in the very first day, my very first tweet about Karen Reid. They all jumped on me. The core group of troll of Macau. Actually, first day, Masshole Mafia, Ellie Mae, Braden Carney, and Yellow Cottage Tails were the first 4 accounts I blocked on that very first tweet that I ever did, because they came at me so hard. Lindsay Catani blocked me.
Who?
It was sorry.
I'm sorry. Braden Carney came after me. Cowboy fan, not. I'm sorry. What's her face did? KP did. But when I dropped the video about Yuri coming to my house, like telling me like I did it for clout, like bro, you think I called the Mass State Police and like had them come here? I had Yuri Buchanan, or whatever the fuck his name is, come to my house. Like, are you joking? Like, I'm going to be like, yeah, like, Yuri, I need you to come here because I need to make a tweet to get, like, followers. Like, bitch, are you, like, what? This is insane.
The thing is,
I don't like her at all. I can't stand that girl, woman.
No, they're awful. The other thing with all of those, like the really vocal trolls, they actually, I think they intentionally, on one hand, like gaslight you by misnaming and misinterpreting
What you
your
say.
message. Yeah, what you say.
Yes.
And also they're not real smart. So they on one hand they are kind
Exactly.
of they're calculated. They made, unless it's just sort of subconscious to them, they don't even know how to put forward a rational argument, like have a proper debate. So on one hand, maybe
they
they're
just make
smart.
fun of your looks and make fun of you.
It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
I think I like Lindsay Catani, fake victim. She blocked me. I like that. That's happy. I'm fine with that.
Oh
Ellie
yeah,
Mae,
I block them all. I don't have the time.
yes.
I don't even. It's not even that I don't have the time. I just don't care because it's not going to change my mind. And you're dumb. Like I wrote, so this is what I say about Kevin or whatever Plevin. Like he wrote the glare, like, oh, I'll come on you, like come on my show, and like I'll be nice to you. It's like you are simping for views so bad.
Right.
I don't even know if that's like the right expression, but like he's like whatever it's called. Like he's hunting for views. He just wants the clicks and like he doesn't want to have a normal conversation because he's had Free Karen Reid on his show and like he's an asshole to them and calls them stupid and zombies and mindless and was like making fun of Sean on the Gulf saying like he was drunk when he's in recovery. That pissed me that made me so mad at Plevin.
Yes. Yeah, he's just a small man. Like he's just
nasty.
a horrible. He's nasty. Hey, thank you so much, Glenn Lake, for gifting out 5 Miss Shorty memberships. Congratulations to y'all who got one. I see Miss Mandy Reacts got one. Yes, Winter 777. Oh, Bark Toy gang member. That's Colors Flight. Always Liz Mom and Andrea Clark. Congratulations, Jay. Thank you, Glenn. You're a good friend. Thank you so much. All right, let's get back to this lunacy. What else you got to say, Kevin?
Entertain you. They're funny. But then, from that window from behind the bar, there were some people you find that are pretty shady.
You!
And so, but as the bartender or the bar owner,
what
as long as they're not causing
about?
problems for you, you just enjoy them for what they are and look the other way. So I'm pretty used to looking the other way on things.
Absolutely.
But
yes, like the truth.
Yes, we know, Plevin.
It's at a point where it's so obviously dangerous that when other people, if they follow this a little bit and they don't recognize it, they're part of the problem.
I agree. And the amount of time I think both of us spend trying to explain this to people is
pause.
I told somebody last night, like, you're not going to make a difference. Your voice means nothing. His voice is louder than you.
Bukkake, I didn't even think about Yuri having a Twitter, an X account. And there was a period of time where I was interested to see whether I never went in and went at the trolls. I just muted them or blocked them, and I'm not going to engage. I just put chuck a couple of clown emojis. Sorry, my dogs have got deer antlers.
Dog.
Here, Bussy, come in. Yeah, Bussy,
deer antlers.
Show me, Bussy. Show me. Where's your antler? He's like, I'm not giving you that. Yeah, they're like big old antlers. They're like rocks. So don't mind that. Come here, buddy. Come here, Bus. He says, I'm not giving you that. Yeah. So when I saw that Yuri, I think maybe Mazza or someone put a Yuri said about that he'd been blocked. I'm like,
yeah, he blocked Mazza like a month ago or something like that.
He's
like what a psycho.
Right. And so these are the antlers. That's one of them. So they're very loud.
That's awesome. He's probably knocking everything over.
Oh, absolutely. That's not the biggest one either. There's one with like 2 things on the top. But so I went in and I thought I'll see it. I wasn't blocked. So I was like, yeah, that's disappointing. Because I have been quite vocal. It was
his posts are protected though. His post, you can't read his posts. It's annoying.
No. So I went in, I requested him, and it was a pending request. And it was in the middle of the night your time. So it was and next time I checked, about 6 hours later, I was blocked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why would
so basically
he block you? You can't even see it anyway. So who cares? What a weirdo.
Little princess.
I wish I could block. I'm gonna block him from coming to my fucking house. Like, what a weirdo!
Right?
What a weirdo! I missed the opportunity to record him. I don't know what I was thinking when I didn't record him. I was just like in shock, I guess. But I was like in shock and horror. Like, talk about shock and horror having that weirdo in your house. And like afterwards, like I'm like, why didn't I record it? But I don't think he would have acted, because remember how he acted with like that lady, the jail lady? He wasn't acting like how he was acting here. He was way different. He was way more like, I don't want to say like intimidating, I guess, not like threatening, but you know, like just being not professional. But I feel like he wouldn't have acted like that if he knew I was recording him, and I would have had to have told him, right? I know you don't like live in America,
yes.
but in Massachusetts, two-party consent.
Oh, really? But also, I feel like had you pulled your phone out, you might have actually ended up with a summons. That might have been what tipped him over.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I didn't piss him off like the other, you know what I mean? Because I don't know who has gotten summons or like who else, you know what I mean? Besides the lady who recorded him and the other one at her house when they were like walking to their car. Well, he was walking to the car. I don't know who else has received one, but I feel like it's just people that like embarrassed him. You know what I mean? And I didn't. I only talked to him for a minute or two. And honestly, he knew he achieved like scaring me really badly. And I think he just thought he knew I wasn't going to blame Aiden for telling me to allegedly get a hold of Lizzie, you know? So like, I'm not going to, why would I say that? Why would I allegedly do something on my own and then blame Aiden, who's going through his own BS? You know what I mean? Like he thought he was going to come down here and be big bad state trooper and like, you know what, like just be like, oh, like I'm going to have this girl just say this. And then because we're corrupt pieces of shit and we're like, you know, we're big bad state police. Like, no, like you're not going to do that to all of us, any of us.
No.
Just the other side.
Miss Mandy Reacts said that Kate Peter comes into her live streams. Mandy has a channel. You all should go and subscribe to Miss Mandy Reacts. But Kate Krusty Panties comes into her live streams and says horrible things. And her bestie dump truck has made 9 videos about me. Interesting.
Oh, lovely.
They just do like it's very strange. Is Yuri at the door? Yuri at the door, and it's not Halloween 2024. Yes, creepy. Hi AJ. All right, let's go back here.
Yuri at the door, and it's not Halloween. That's funny shit.
You think he'd put his teeth in too, Yuri? What's doing with his? Like, I mean, I don't want to poke fun at someone's looks, but it's Yuri, so.
Oh,
I'm like, I'm doing this for me. I don't care.
Yes,
I literally don't care, you know. But they just, you know, they're trying to silence us. They always are, and it never ends. But here we are. So. I mean,
that's a great way of putting it. I love the way you just put it there. I'm doing it for me because I think it's so important. This is standing up against a mob and trying to do the right thing. That's what it should be about. You're doing it for yourself. You have a chance here to do something that's the right thing.
Right.
And it's something that has a cost.
Yes, it does.
You know, you and I have faced the cost for it, but you still do it. So.
Right. And I said to them, why would I do it? They're like, oh, you and Kevin want clicks and views. This is the fight again, Kevin. And I'm like, clicks and views? We would not be doing this, you know? So it's so crazy. It really is.
I lost 40% of my subsubscribers in one night when
because you're an idiot, Plevin. I didn't subscribe.
So he probably has about 5 left.
100%. I wonder. Let me. What did I just do? I just want to check. Has he got any subscribers? He's got 7.67 thousand subscribers. What the? Excuse me, sir.
So, can the chat help me out? If I remember, so he was with Dave McGrath before going out on his own. No, I'm sorry. Dave McGrath was with Plevin before going out on his own. And then he suddenly isn't Free Karen Reed anymore. Dave, did you know about Dave McGrath, Lisa?
I know a little bit only about, I remember when Aiden on one of his lives, that chat started saying that Dave McGrath had flipped and that he was dining with Plevin and
and Chris Albert. I don't know. So around the time Yuri came to my house, I was still in contact with Dave, and we talked about him coming here. And I wish I don't know if I can, I'm on my phone right now. I don't know if I can minimize this and look through my text, but I don't want to really put them out there anyways. But he was telling me that so that was February 2024. And he was saying that the feds aren't going to do anything. They wrapped the investigation and she was going to be found guilty. He was just basically stepping out of the free, doing a slow fade from Free Karen Reed. It was so weird because he was full on Free Karen Reed. Because he even was with I think he used to do a show with Kevin, if I remember correctly. And then they just kind of like slowly faded away from him. And then he was free can read. And then all of a sudden until he wasn't. And it's just, I don't understand how you can change your mind about something that's so blatantly obvious that it's so clear that you're changing your mind because you're mad about something or somebody in the movement. Like you're not literally changing your mind. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Actually, I'm getting together a live stream for next Saturday night, same time slot, 7 p.m. Eastern, with Reality Check is organizing it's her idea and I'm hosting it. And where she's got someone who's been or still is a fence sitter on Karen Reid's guilt or innocence. She feels like maybe they're going to fall on the side of innocent with what the content that Reality Check is sending her way. And we're hoping to get Olivia Lambo on the panel. I haven't had a minute to direct message her yet. And then and then I guess we're going to try and get someone who's all the way Karen Reid is guilty. I'm not sure if we can find someone. I wouldn't mind hearing from the fence sitter though. Like that's interesting, particularly if they then now come off the fence and fall in one way or the other. Hey, Patchy, good to see you. Patchy's one of my sticker helpers up there in Massachusetts. All right. Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, it's just wild to me that people, like, some people are basing their affiliation or their allegiance or their beliefs on, like, interpersonal shit. Like,
exactly. And it's like how I can't take anyone like that seriously, you know?
No, where's your integrity?
Not at all.
But those people speak very loudly, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. And they're all like, they call us crazy and they're out, like, it's just nuts. I don't know.
And they're the ones out there, like, they're just projecting, like, really. Everything they do is projecting.
Yeah. Call them out. So, all right, let's.
Oh, wait. Meant to say thank you, Ruthie, for the gifted membership. Mwah, mwah. I put it up on the screen. And I think Borders Girl got that one. So congratulations, Borders Girl. Thank you for your support, Ruthie.
It'll be all right. It will be all right. The audio's all right.
I'm just going to let this dog out. Wait.
First, I want to say something about how to get the podcast. You can get the podcast on wherever you get your podcasts. I know I see a lot of people on X that are hating on Apple. If you hate Apple, that's fine. That's great. So you can get the podcast anywhere where you get a podcast. You can get this podcast. You just got to search for it. That's all.
I don't know how I felt about this guy either.
Because
I wasn't even going to say anything about it, but this guy rubbed me the wrong way.
There, so more people.
Really? So I didn't see this episode. I've been pretty busy lately and haven't been even able to catch Aiden's lives for a couple of weeks. I've got some binging to do. What was your vibe with him?
So, like, he did a podcast. You know that, right? Like, he did a podcast about the case, and he's a really popular, podcaster. And like, he was just saying, like, the case isn't it's not nationwide. It's only known around Massachusetts, and not a lot of people know about it. And he just was real. It just seemed like he was really negative about the movement. And I don't really know. I can't remember everything, but he was getting a lot of like negativity in the chat for him too, and it was weird. It almost seemed like, I don't know, I might be wrong about this. I don't know, because obviously Aiden spent a good amount of time with him if he did a podcast with him. So I'm just curious if he like knew of his opinion about his opinion beforehand, or if he would. It almost seemed like he might have been a little surprised by it. Like he just kind of like shanghaied him on the live. You know what I mean? Like just kind of like put it out there, and he wasn't like prepared, or like that's the way I took it. I might be wrong. I don't know.
That's so disrespectful, and that's such a blind side. But also, I'm surprised Aiden, given his kind of investigative journalism, everything he does seems to be like he knows stuff. Yeah. So it's interesting that he wasn't aware of.
Like I said, he could have been, and I'm not saying like the guy was saying she was guilty, but it almost seemed like he was like almost fence sitting, which is fine. But I don't know. I don't know how to feel. Like I could be wrong. I could listen to the podcast and think a completely different way about him. But that's just like the first impression I got of him,
Right.
And Aiden said, like, you can't, there's not, like, this isn't the case to, like, for there to be both two sides because it's so obvious that she didn't do it. So for you to be saying she's guilty, it's like, it's just, you're just saying it to say it almost, you know what I mean? To just go against the
Yes.
grain almost, I feel like.
Just to be a contrarian, just to say something
Yes,
to
exactly. It's
get
a
a
start
stir,
to
to
it.
get a rise. Yes.
Yeah.
Like fence sitting to make money, grifter. I just don't know how a fence sitting position is inspiring enough to get you any dough. Really? Because who cares about a fence sitter? Like, you know, I think a lot of people were a bit down on the lawyer, Peter Tragos, because he wasn't publicly seemingly willing to fall on either side, but he does just like live react or give his assessment sort of neutrally as an attorney.
Right, yeah.
Can you
I
run
think he's
down the
more
list?
on our side now, though. Is he not?
Yes,
I don't know.
yes. I think the influence was there, but I think even Aiden was like quite disappointed that he didn't just come out and say it. But you got to remember, the lawyer, channel has grown so fast, like he's exponentially, and I can understand why someone like that might be hesitant to really come out strongly in it, because it is a very divisive case, and but I think it would have gotten him generally more further than being a fence sitter. I think people would have respected that. But I mean, I haven't watched his stuff for a while either, because I couldn't anymore.
Me either. Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah, no.
Of people that you're able to say that you interviewed
Oops,
for this
sorry.
podcast. It's gonna be 10 parts, correct?
Sorry.
Yeah, 10 parts, and the episodes are running about 40 minutes to an hour right now.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to give away everybody. That would not be fair to some people who are speaking with me, I think. But the main driver of the story here is you. I mean, you are you're the main driver of the story. We've spent a lot of time together.
Karen,
but you
Glenn,
also
her name's
know that I'm a
Katie.
journalist, that I'm going to talk.
Katie, Chad agrees with you.
It's very clever, right?
Oh,
It is.
nice.
He's like, let me build him up. Let me make him feel so great.
That's good to
then
know.
at the end, you just watch his ego get like so bruised that it's probably the best Turtle Boy live I've ever seen. But go ahead, keep going.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Different types of people. I'm like,
He's
everybody's
awful.
story. What interested me about this from the very beginning is the division.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen a community divided like this over a murder. I mean, I say that I have a Hulu special on now that's called Little Miss Missing, and that's based on a book of mine called We Thought We Knew You. And that took place in Utica, New York.
It's not Coffin Daffer, but doesn't it look like her?
So half the community believe her.
Young Coffin Daffer.
Community believes she's
also an alcoholic.
Yes. She's channeling Coffin Daffer. She's Timu Coffin Daffer. Her name's Karen.
She's giving Coffin Daffer.
She's definitely giving Coffin Daffer. Oh, and Aiden's just about to slurp there. Good,
Oh, yeah.
Aiden slurp. I don't mind the Aiden slurp. I love it.
She didn't do it, but
I don't even notice it.
Protesting. There was no name calling, no Christy Pan. There was none of that shit going on.
See, look at Aiden's face right there. We can live react.
Has been around forever. She did not materialize out of the Karen Reed case. This guy is so misinformed. Crusty Panties has been around forever.
100%. Did you notice Aiden's face? Then he was like, he's tolerating it, and then he raised his eyebrows when this dude William said
he could never play poker because he wears his opinion on his face. Like you can just tell when he's about to
100%.
rant. When you know what I mean. You could just he's just so you know what's coming with him. He's not happy, but he knows he's right. So I think he just doesn't care. Like he knows he's about to just school this dude.
This is great. I'm here for it. Look at us. Yes. We're getting, we're balancing out the, oh my God, it's Plevin and Timu Coffin Daffer with some Turtle Boy, which I'm not mad at all about it.
We're just winging this right now.
I mean, I've been 100% because I wrote the book, of course. So I
wrote the book. We can roast this guy too. I don't like him.
Yeah, exactly. He just
of this nature. What I see in this case is, for the first time, I think, in a
Aiden's
story,
hating it.
I see like social media, like it's live. It's come out of the internet and it's live on the street.
Wait, I feel like Aiden's going, why did I schedule this interview? This is
and it's weird because they had to have spent time together before this, to make the podcast. So that's what I mean about this, maybe coming out of left field, because it doesn't look like Aiden was expecting it.
Yeah, wow.
I'm not
That's
saying
what I
he
see.
wouldn't
I
have
see this-
him on his
I see
show
this-
if he did know,
this
but
movie
you know what I
that
mean?
you created. I mean,
yeah.
you know,
He's pissed.
some people from
And
my
Plevin loves
world,
it. Look at
if you
Plevin.
will,
Oh, yeah.
have kind of hit me up. Gee, you know, it's strange that you're.
And Timu Kofadef was thinking, I wish I'd poured another wine before I got here.
Yeah, she's gonna go on a break in a second and go chug put like the box wine that she's drinking off screen.
Straight out of the box.
Yeah, like over her head.
I didn't think you would do something like that.
Like what? Like what? Talk to the guy that started the whole thing?
Right.
I simply, my answer to that is very simple. It's like, you cannot tell this story without without you in it. You've become part of this story. So that was
now
very
he's sucking
interesting
Aiden's
to me
dick.
in many respects.
Mhm.
Of course, we're different types of journalists. I'll just put on the record there. We're not the
He's
same type of
such a
journalist. And,
shitbag for that.
You are.
well,
Of course, you can't talk about the Jim Jones story without talking about Jim Jones either,
Yes,
right, Karen?
I love Peter
He's
Taylor.
the biggest idiot I've ever met. I've ever seen.
I'd rather not bring him up, but he is. I mean,
Look
you
at
can't
Aiden's
deny it.
face.
Yeah. I don't have anything to. I've never once.
Dirty paws on Aiden. Hard. He looks like a turtle there.
He does.
He's
He's
so cute.
heated her now.
Aiden was interviewed for his podcast and is getting royalties. Turtle boy lets Phelpsy make a fool of himself. Yeah, fair. Lady
Yeah, this
Di
was
is
pretty
vacuuming, but
crazy.
yeah, wow. I'll have to go back and watch it, like concentrating without Plevin ruining it.
He's not on it for long. I'll tell you that. He's not like I don't know how long he planned on having him on. I mean, I'm assuming longer than he did, but he was not on long at all. And I don't blame him because the guy was just like toting his book the whole time and saying how incredible he was and that him and Aiden, like, of course, there's different journalists out there, but the way he said it, it almost seems like he's just basically saying, like, you're not really a journalist like I am because I wrote a fucking book. Well, guess what? Aiden did too. So, I mean,
quite frank,
he's not a journalist because he just exposed major corruption, and it's not in like more than one police department and a district attorney's office, and it isn't the first time he's done this either with the corruption thing, you know.
Yeah, exactly. He's just gone on to a big old global true crime story, which, you know, was just a step up from what he was already doing, really. And that's kind of how career progressions go. That's what people do. They go from bigger to bigger to bigger if they're doing it right. And I think we can all agree. Well, I think Aiden's doing it right. So absolutely, let's keep going with these two crazies.
Once,
well, those two crazies, not those two crazies.
I don't care.
The three crazies.
I don't look into the other cases.
Yes.
I don't look a whole lot into the indictments and stuff like that. I just want the public to understand what he is.
Yeah, me too.
And to stop, to ignore it. I'd rather not see Turtle Boy to go to jail. I'd rather see people just have the decency to ignore this man.
Right.
And it's his tactics. If he was out there just arguing, being a truth teller like he tries to present himself, that'd be fine.
Wait, excuse me, Plevin?
Oh, where are they getting their statistic? Like, where they have nothing to prove, like, to back up what they say, but we all know what we're talking about and have, like, we can back up what we say. So how are we not telling the truth? I don't understand.
Plevin just spoke his own truth though, because basically what he's saying is, I just wish people wouldn't watch I wouldn't watch Shorty.
Yes, and just watch our bullshit.
That's the core of it. That's what the core of everything is. Like, which we all knew, he's jealous of Aiden's success, and ultimately at the root of it all, he just would prefer that nobody watched Aiden. Well, sorry. But that's not going to happen. sorry. Ay.
It's pathetic.
No, he's not.
I mean, you know, we could give a long list of things, but just let's go with last week.
Right.
A new prosecutor was announced, and within 2 hours, he doxed the workplace of the guy's wife.
Correct.
And in that post said, "We're fighting evil, and family of anybody on the other side is not going to be off limits."
No.
And people show up in the
you know, and
that's
what he does. I'm like, what?
And people show up in the comments, Karen, and they say, "But Kevin, you insult people too." I'm like, That's a false
does.
equivalency.
That's all they
Stop
do
the
is
same
insult
thing. She's like, you
people.
called Mike Crawford young jelly.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm not doxing his wife.
Exactly. You should be able, all of us should be able to either dislike, like each other online, joke around. But when you start going real life, and the first thing that he demands his cult to do is to go after this man's wife, who has
demands his cult to do is go after this man's wife. I mean,
are they serious? Do they have they lack self-awareness to the point where it's like scary. Do they not see what they write to people?
oh no,
just those two, like by themselves. I'm talking about all of them. They're
yes.
so disgusting. The stuff they say is just unreal. And all we do is support Karen Reed, and we're a cult, I guess.
Yes, yes. You know what though? I'm happily. I think most of us would say if we're in a cult, that's fine. But
Right. I'd rather be in a cult and see Karen Reed walk free than and like her boyfriend get justice. I hate. Oh, and I think this guy also says that like we forgot about John. Like we're doing this whole thing for John. Because if Karen doesn't we're doing it for Karen obviously too, but if Karen doesn't walk for this murder that somebody else committed, then there's no justice for John because they didn't get the person who fucking killed him. So what are they talking about?
Absolutely. I was talking to Adam earlier today, Adam Drytellen, and he was saying how I hope he doesn't mind. I'm going to say he was sort of saying like he worries about the intensity with which the Free Karen Reed movement has and continues to sort of go with gusto at the cause, and which I kind of get. But then we were talking a bit more, and then he not suddenly, but it kind of dawned on him that that actually it's like it's always about Karen, but it's bigger than Karen now. It's now it's all of this movement, and that's what like with Aiden's career, like with anything, the it's gone from, with what's been uncovered, a woman's innocence and the true killers of Officer John O'Keefe, being exposed, but also like the statewide corruption on so many different levels in so many different agencies. And so I guess, for a revolution of sorts to occur, and who knows how, even Canton as well, like Canton, it's gotten way bigger. Excuse me, it's gotten way bigger than just Karen, and that's sort of, it's pretty powerful, yeah.
Right. I mean, with Sandra, and I wasn't like losing hope in the FBI, but I'm just like, Jesus. I mean, Karen's going to trial again. Then I woke up and I found out the day that Matthew Farwell got arrested, and I like cried. I was like, thank God, like, because I just watched that video of Farwell. I know this is like kind of like off subject, but like, I mean, not really, but like Farwell just going into the elevator, and like he's huge. Like you see Sandra going in, and she's like up to the hand sanitizer, like her head just touches the hand sanitizer thing. And then you see Farwell going in, and like he is just like 3 times the size of her.
Disgusting.
And like she was just like thinking, because you remember being 23, like, I mean, you're still like a kid, like, and she was even more stunted because she was groomed and everything. So she's thinking this guy like loves her in a way, because he's been her mentor, her boyfriend, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. And the worst thing is, had poor Sandra Birchmore like lived, had Matthew Farrell not brutally murdered her, I think, and if she gotten away from him, imagine the life she would have lived, because from a child, basically, that was what she was groomed to believe love is. So she would, like, I mean, unless she'd had a lot of therapy, and obviously just she didn't get a chance to live. Imagine how tough for her finding love and accepting real love and identifying real love would have been, given the way she was really brought up from an adolescent, young teenager. It's just tragic.
It really is. I'm just glad they got him, and it gives me hope that, because like I said, like if every person who was involved in, like, I don't even care if they just were at the house when John got murdered and didn't say anything, like they're just as guilty as the people who actually like snuffed the life out of him. Like I don't care, because
Yeah.
the Alberts aren't, like, they're not God, they're not the Sopranos, like they're not, you know what I mean? Like I would have said something if I was in that house. I couldn't, like I said on the last show, like I can't imagine what they did to him, like with the injuries he had, and you're just gonna sit there, and they're like young kids. They're like 19 years old, right? Like, how can you just go to sleep? I just don't get it. How none of them have said anything.
Yeah, it's wild. I think that probably the fact that Brian Albert is a very domineering, physically
Yes.
statuesque wise, and his demeanor. You know, he's a kind of terrifying guy. And goodness knows, I mean, I presume they were drinking all day, but then let's just speculate that there was probably coke involved as well.
Yeah.
I think he would have been a pretty menacing character in that however many minutes or hours that all of that sort of went down, hours in the aftermath. Obviously, I don't think the attack on Officer John O'Keefe lasted very long at all, but I can understand how with trauma and with one presumes the threatening and menacing presence of Brian Albert, that, like, I wouldn't say anything. I'd be shit scared. I'd like to think I would say something, but then, like, Juliana Nagel's a fucking idiot, and I feel like Sarah Levinson is just so traumatized and battered, and it's I think it's kind of not easy for us to say they should all say something, because obviously they should, but I can kind of see how, like, who knows what sort of threats. Yikes.
I know. I know.
Hang on, let me just get going here. Poor Aiden was stuck in a turtle face.
Nothing to do with it. You know,
Close the
it's
door
not even the
again,
man. He's
yeah.
like, all right, this is where the wife works. Let's do our thing. And this has happened multiple times throughout, you know, the last year or so. I can think of 10 of them offhand where either their jobs were affected, their businesses, their families, their household. Both of us have had it happen. I mean, it's not, there's so many examples of it that it's just crazy to me that people even deny it anymore.
And then this person that was saying this in my comments was saying, and now she's someone that I have recognized her name because she's a longtime Free Karen reader. And I said, look, I said, all right, so you don't like that I insult young Jelly.
Right.
But you're willing to come here and post this. Do you go on that? Do you go on their websites and post any criticism? Do you go on Turtle Boy's site and say you're against the dog? And of course she doesn't.
They would
I said, well,
never, because they'd be next. They'd be next.
Doesn't that tell you something about that mob that you're afraid to do that?
Absolutely.
Or about you that you don't think to do it? You've drawn this false.
That mob. Right.
Well, look, that brings me to another point. I am really, it's
the
really
real mob is a
me,
mass state
really
police.
upsetting
Let's be real.
And very.
Let's be real. That's so true. Yeah, the mass state police are proving themselves not just in the Karen Reid trial case, the murder of Officer John O'Keefe, but also, I mean, what's happened with Enrique in the last few weeks.
Yes, that's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, I don't even, have they even, like, so they assigned somebody to investigate it? I mean, I haven't even heard any updates about that. And if they want to be transparent and, like, get the trust of the people back of Massachusetts, like, they're not doing a very good job by not telling. I mean, if that was a boxing match that went bad and somebody went too far, they have to say what happened, and they're not even telling the family. And it's just, they're under such a microscope with everything with like Karen Reid and Sandra Birchmore, and like they're not being transparent about anything. And for Joe Early, the Worcester district attorney, I think that's what he was, did say, oh, we don't want it, it's a conflict, we don't want to investigate this case. Like, why wouldn't you, just to make sure it was done correctly, if you loved Enrique so much? But they're having an outside entity invest. So who's I don't even know who's investigating, the state police or no, right?
Yeah, it's terrifying. And
even the state police do it. Like, they're not obviously gonna tell the truth about what happened.
I think we kind of worked out that Tommy, when I was talking to Tommy, CPU, let me just let my brain to think of it. I'm pretty sure that Chat and Tommy and I kind of worked out that probably it was a National Guard thing that is the only way that a state of emergency would have to be, because there's and which is the governor, which is Maura Healey. So it's like it just is, which is terrifying. They just conduct themselves however they like as an organization and as individuals within an organization. And well, where's the accountability? Where does it stop?
I don't know. It's just all crazy, and it's all just one after the other, and they know they're being watched. So imagine what they're doing that right in our faces. So like imagine what they've done without anyone knowing.
It's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. I mean, obviously I'm all the way on the other side of the planet, but it's terrifying to me that something that an organization, and again, individuals within an organization just feel so emboldened that they can do this or not do things. And with all eyes of the county, the state, the country, and they know the world, like they know the world.
Like, it's like we're all watching. So it just, and the fact that they're feeling complacent enough to just do that stuff under like so much scrutiny, it just lets you know that they have done other things that are probably worse, God forbid, that they just don't care. It's like Aiden says, like they have the guns and badges, like they literally can do whatever they want. And like back when I was getting in all kinds of trouble and stuff, like my friends would say I was like paranoid, and I'm like, no, like just they're like police have protocols and like this and that. And I'm not against police. Obviously, I'm trying to get justice for a cop. Like I hate when they say we're anti-police. We're anti-bad police. Corrupt
and
police.
I think, corrupt police. But then you need, like, obviously, for corrupt police to continue to operate in a corrupt manner within the organization, that just tells you that the organization is corrupt also, because otherwise there would be some ramifications for that. I just want to say thank you very much to Mary. Thank you much for your super sticker. Thank you, gorgeous. And Adam, thank you for your super chat. Babe, that's really kind of you. Yes, Camp Shorty weekends are the best weekends.
My phone. I'm so sorry. My phone is not charging, and it's on 1%. I don't know what's wrong. I have to look for my other charger. I don't know if my friend took. I don't know. My phone is.
You want to go? So do you want to see if you can find a charger and come back? If you don't come back, I can just keep going with the roast, and you can come into chat or something.
Yes, I can. I will probably do. Like I can probably figure something out. I can probably find it, but I just don't want to keep you like on hold and I have to rip my room apart because I haven't had a need for another charger in a while, and I don't know if my friend took it. But if I do find it, I will come back. I'm sorry.
Lovely. All right. No,
I knew
that's
it would
okay.
last at least an hour. I had the thing on the like in the corner of my phone that tells me like how much time I have left.
So stressful. I've been in the middle of being on with Adam on his live, and suddenly I didn't realize my laptop wasn't plugged in, and suddenly it just was like gone. I was like,
That's what happened with mine. Like my computer doesn't charge, even like you literally like cannot be anywhere near it if it's you can't like breathe on it while it's charging. And then that's what my phone does now. It just like my computer and my phone, they both just die like very quickly. It's annoying, but I will be back if I can find it.
Yes, absolutely. No, you're good. Thank you for joining, and chat loved having your insights and stuff, and we'll have to work out another time to go through those tweets and maybe do a bit more of a Yuri roast.
Right. I was out all day today, and honestly, like I just wasn't prepared, but I did start writing. I was going through his Twitter. So like if I can't find, that's what I'll do tonight. I'll find some hilarious ones, and like we can go like in depth and like bring them up on the screen or whatever, and just it will be hilarious.
Beautiful. Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Katie. Good luck with your phone charging.
All right. Bye, guys. Bye, Lisa. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. And thank you, Candy Temple, for your super sticker. I love that. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Me and my peasant work shit does not really cut it for the income. So It's just nice to be appreciated too. Thank you so much, and having you all here. So let's do a little bit more of this, guys. Let's see what else these fools have got to say. 3 fools and 1 legend, right? Oh, whoa. Careful what you tap there, Lisa. Yikes.
People are personally attacked and just
Yes, oh my God, sorry.
online for their opinions about a case, be it for Karen Read or against Karen Read. And
yes,
and
they
I
are
find
true
this very
facts.
compelling. I mean, but one of the biggest things for me here is, forgotten in all of this is John O'Keefe, and I'm a victim's advocate. I told you about my personal situation last time I was at your house.
Right.
Oh, I'm a victim's advocate, and I can you can take this to the bank that in this podcast you're going to know who John O'Keefe was. You're going to know things about him you don't know about him, and there's going to be a lot of time dedicated to who John O'Keefe was, because I think that's so.
Can you see
important.
Aiden's
Just
jigging his
because
leg there?
forgotten.
He's so not
I
thrilled.
disagree completely. He's been
Yeah.
forgotten.
Oh,
Aiden was just jigging his leg hard, just like. "Grrr."
I'll let that go. Then you can.
Well, in the
He
coverage.
hasn't been forgotten by us. He's the first
No,
thing
I
we
don't-
mention and everything.
No, see, you
Oh,
took
he's
it
so
personal.
pissed.
And
No, I'm just saying, because that's a criticism that we get, that John has been forgotten. John has not been forgotten. We remember John every day.
when I say this, I mean in the coverage of it. The media coverage of this, John has been all but forgotten.
Well, he's dead. Like he's not on trial. John's outcome is determined. He's dead.
We haven't forgot
And
Officer John O'Keefe.
The
There's an
person whose
officer
outcome is not
justice
determined
for
is Karen
Officer
Read.
John O'Keefe
And that
emoji for
don't
members.
forget John.
Sorry,
but Karen Reed's
wait.
no matter what.
That's so rude of me. We certainly haven't forgotten Officer John O'Keefe here. There are justice for Officer John O'Keefe emojis in the chat for members and other fun ones. Ernie is the queen of the emotes. She loves them. So we all love them. But there's Free Karen Reed, Officer Justice for Officer John O'Keefe. Amy, are you talking about my new lips? Well, they're the same lips. My new lip liner. I got off Amazon. Sorry, boys, but girl talk for a second. I got off Amazon a bunch of different lip liners, and I am loving this cherry pink. It's so cute. It's so me. Yes, Ernie's dropping those emotes. Yes. Yes, Ruthie. This guy made Aiden Turtle Boy mad. He's making me mad too, and I'm feeling Aiden's vibes too. Very.
No matter what happens here, John's still going to be dead. Like no matter what happens.
His memory's not dead though.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Karen.
No, I'm sorry. That was just such a terrible, rude, crass thing for him to say. Well, John's dead. His outcome is already determined. That's how you speak about the person, the victim in the case. It just shows his personality and how he looks at things. You can't just say, well, he's dead. Let's worry about the living now.
He didn't say that, you dumb bitch. Sorry, harsh but fair. Hi, Amber. Thanks for joining. She said, I'm late, but the only ones who forgot about Officer John O'Keefe were the ones who insisted he was the guy who didn't go in the house. Right? We'll talk, Amber. Oh, what are you barking at? Lord. So true. And this chick now, they just misconstrue everything Aiden says. I hate these people. What are we doing here?
What about justice for the person that, was killed?
Yeah, what about it?
Secondhand to him. He's like, I don't care. Let's worry about Karen.
And in the trailer, have you seen the trailer yet?
Hang on a second. I'm angry.
I watched this last night. Let me just get into how.
Babe. I'm sorry. So let's just worry about Karen. Yeah, because if Karen is convicted for anything to do with the incident that killed Officer John O'Keefe, which, as we all know, had nothing to do with Alexis or Karen Reed, other than the fact that she dropped him there at his request. Obviously, if Karen goes down for that murder because she's being framed and railroaded and intimidated and all the rest of it, then there is no justice for Officer John O'Keefe. So you have to tackle the one to get onto the next one. Obviously, Karen, and not Karen Reed, Karen Wine. She's very infuriating. I can't stand these idiots.
And I forgot that you and I had spoken. I didn't know who this man was. I like him a lot. So I'm watching this last night. And I'm like, wow, this guy's
wait, she likes M. William Phelps. She likes Phelpsy. Facts.
Really good. He's professional. He's not letting Turtle Boy walk all over him. He's saying what he wants. And I could see it in Turtle Boy's face how annoyed he was getting at this man.
She got that right. He's annoyed because this guy is a fool too. 3 cottage idiots and then a man with integrity and valor.
And being a real journalist. And so after, I immediately messaged him, and I'm like, and he was following me, so I'm like, oh, that's good. Maybe he's seen some of the stuff that I've said. So I messaged him and I emailed him today, so I'm hoping to hear back from him. But this was like a moment where somebody, was able to, not get in a fight, not get nasty, but just show Turtle Boy, like, I am going to show both sides of this, and you're not going to stop me no matter what you say. And the things that he said to try to stop him from looking at both sides were pathetic.
Pathetic. I think I can think of 2 people that are pathetic, definitely on that screen, and I'm not one of them, surprisingly. B. Allen, the podcaster, is just presenting all sides. He was completely off base on a couple of points. He doesn't understand how big this case is. He's misinformed on a couple of key points. Well, that's the thing, yeah. You shouldn't be speaking to anything about which you are not properly informed. Hey, Poppy. Sorry, Poppy's just giving me extra love because that's what she does, isn't it? Sorry, that's my dog voice. Yeah, that's annoying to me. I mean, if you're gonna do the research on something so epic as this case, and then the bigger picture of what else is going on in this case, don't be making a podcast about it if you don't get it. That's hubris, though, right? That's thinking you know everything, and people who think they know everything know nothing. The smartest the person who thinks they're the smartest person in the room, Plevin, Karen, Phelpsy, are the dumbest.
Like the Jews, like Hitler, like, you don't ask anybody.
Oh, we'll get.
Whoa! Hitler just entered the chat. Hang on a second. Wait, she just said the Jews and Hitler? I'm sorry. Are we likening Aiden to Hitler? I mean, that's offensive. Wow. I'm feeling a little bit riled up now. Wow. Well, true. Luckily for me, Glen Lake, no matter how dumb or wrong you are, if you're on a screen, folks give you respect. You need respect, God damn it, Glen Lake. Yeah, true. Yeah, people like to think. I think we've been conditioned, right? Ever since the inception of television, that if someone's on screen, then they probably know what they're saying. Thank God, because that's why I get away with shit. Yeah, wow. I think we've got to wind that back. I didn't hear the lead up to that. How did we get to Hitler so quickly? God, I hope that, don't type it in the chat. YouTube's going to shadow ban me because we're talking about Nazis. Yikes. Let me see if I can wind this back. I'm not real good on this, but let me see. We'll suddenly go back by 2 hours. 35, 32. Let's just. Oh, look at me doing it. Hey, I'm a real YouTuber. Okay, wine girl. Let's see it. No shade on wine. Love it, but
annoyed he was getting at this man being a real journalist. And so after, I immediately messaged him, and I'm like, and he was following me, so I'm like, oh, that's good. Maybe he's seen some of the stuff that I've said. So I messaged him and I emailed him today, so I'm hoping to hear back from him. But this was like a moment where somebody, was able to, not get in a fight, not get nasty, but just show Turtle Boy, like, I am going to show both sides of this, and you're not going to stop me no matter what you say. And the things that he said to try to stop him from looking at both sides were pathetic. Like the Jews, like Hitler, like, you don't ask anybody.
Oh, we'll get to it.
Yeah, let's wait.
But he also, in the trailer,
okay.
I don't know. So I don't know what the direction his show will be.
Okay, so that didn't come out of the blue because Plevin said, oh, wait, we'll get to it. So they're planning to liken Aiden and the Turtle Riders, I presume, and the Free Karen Reid movement to Hitler and his henchmen. That's a whole new level of low, right? I don't think that Plevin is laughable. I think, oh, did he? Did he? When? I didn't hear that. Well, maybe I should pay more attention. See? She does show unhinged. She's channeling Coffin Deffer. If Aiden brought up Hitler, then maybe. Okay. See, I haven't watched much Aiden lately. I've been way too busy. CEG, my previous comment about making commentary about something you don't know completely about. Do as I say, not as I do, y'all. Thanks, Hills of Western Mass. Thank you for that clarification. I'll zip it.
He's going to try to cover from both sides and stuff. So, but in the trailer, there are clues, right? And one of the clues is that it has the audio of Aiden yelling at Paul O'Keefe.
Oh, good. I was wondering.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not actually sure if it was Paul or Mrs. O'Keefe, Peg O'Keefe. Yeah. So, but yeah, I do remember that moment when he kind of confronted them both.
Wait, was that like a little while ago? Perhaps a month ago? Hills of Western Mass. I do feel like that rings a bell. Horrifyingly. Aiden. Yikes.
It's outside of court. And he's included that here.
Because you know what?
Chat, if you know what the context of that is, because it came out of the blue for me, and I feel like it rings a bell. If Aiden brought it up, what was the context of that comment, that callback?
Well, that's interesting you say that, because on this episode that we'll probably see, he says to Phelps, you know, like, I've never booed the O'Keefes. I've never done anything like that. And then like Julie Carr posted like right after, here he is doing it. So it's like he just lies and he doesn't realize these things are on video.
Same
Or
girl.
does he? I don't know. Does he know that his followers will believe him no matter what, even though it is on video? I'm not sure.
I was in Dedham for the last 2 hearings, and the first one that I was there when the O'Keefe family showed up, and this was maybe one of the first times they had a large support group on their own side, which
Thanks,
Kate
Taryn.
and other people like Steph put it together,
Probably
and
makes
Terry.
sense.
And so they were really buoyed by having that support, but the boos on the other side were loud.
Boo!
The pink side absolutely booed the O'Keefe family, so that's a reality.
Okay,
However, I will
wait.
say-
I know we all know this, but no. Actually, what was happening was, in the beginning of trial, because I believe the O'Keefes hadn't gone to the pre-trial hearings, I believe. Let me just roll with it. But this is what Scott McGuinness said, on it when he came on to Aussie Insider's channel recently. He called in. So Scott McGuinness was saying that the booing that occurred was because at first, at the start of trial, when people were outside of the court, they didn't realize who Peggy, the O'Keefe parents' family were. And the O'Keefes were coming in encircled by the McAlberts, Jennifer McCabe, probably Julia, I don't know, just the fucking idiots. Probably also, what's his name? Carl Dugan, before he was banned. So the crowd was booing. They were booing the people in the outer circle and the people, because they didn't know. As soon as Aiden told the crowd, the mob, the pink people, the Karen Reid supporters, that Peggy and her husband were there. I'm sorry, John's father. Is it John Senior? He's never hardly ever spoken about. I know it's Peggy. Yes, booing for Carl Dugan, and then Peggy came. So as soon as they realized that John O'Keefe's parents were there, Aiden said, no booing. That's the victim's family. And never again was there a boo uttered. So frustrating, those idiots. Get the facts, y'all.
Say that the second time I was there, so the most recent one, the opposite happened. So somebody put out the word that this is wrong. Finally, when they showed up, the blue side was chanting justice for JJ. And I will say, to their credit, the people.
Thank you, that redhead. Okay, so in this show, Aiden says you can't be a fence sitter with the Holocaust. There's the right side and the wrong side. Okay, so he's drawing an analogy, probably like a little bit of an insensitive analogy. I don't know if I like it, but Aiden isn't known for his sensitivity. He's a big personality, and he gets shit done. Yeah, and I don't love him, but I admire him very much. So that's perhaps an unfortunate analogy, but I get it. So basically, this isn't a fence-sitting opinion, and quite frankly, it is the right side and the wrong side. I get it. Thank you, that redhead. That's really helpful. Thank you. Don't love the analogy, but now we know the context. Let's see what Plevin and his mate say about his boozy mate say about it.
The people on the pink side picked up the chant and did it too. So you got to give credit.
Okay, that's good. That shows some humanity.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. I mean his memory. He needs to be remembered. He needs to be talked about. He needs to be.
Aiden's clenching his jaw now. He's starting to flex his neck muscles a little bit, his tendons.
Memorialized. So but it happens in every murder case. This is not unique to this.
He should have accidentally booted this guy off the screen. Just gone, what happened? I don't know. He must have internet problems. Poor Phelpsy.
Case. It's just something that I always advocate for whenever I do a book, whenever I do a documentary, whenever I do a podcast. I spend time talking about the victim. So in order to do that here,
Turtle Boy looks like he's going to fall asleep.
I have to talk to people who knew John.
This part doesn't interest him.
Right. The problem with that.
He wants it to be all about
him. I mean, quote unquote, knew John. There's a lot of people who knew John, but they act like the only people I ever hear from on 2020 who quote unquote knew John are the people who think Karen Reid's guilty. There is plenty
Yes, Debbie. Yes. Next up at 9, if you're interested, and if you're going to watch Aiden at 9, that's okay. Catch the replay because I'm going to review. We're going to go over Kerry Roberts' testimony. As you recall, I'm sure Kerry Roberts was not cross-examined, and at the time, I'll leave my thoughts on that till the stream. But basically, I thought it would be interesting to go back, and not many creators have actually reviewed Kerry Roberts' testimony because it's not spicy. It didn't seem spicy at the time, right? It didn't seem like it didn't have any of the Alan Jackson, Action Jackson. It didn't have any of Yannetti Spaghetti. It was just kind of lally. Oh, yikes, Dewey. I thought it might be interesting to go back and have a look and dissect her testimony, and have a look, knowing not what we know now, what we can read, what inference we can read in what she said, because it was a bloody long time ago, yeah. And not many people have yeah, you're good, Jess. All good. You're all good. Just yeah, keeping chat on topic is really helpful. And it helps keep me focused as well. If we can stay on topic, that's helpful. Thank you though. Yeah, so I thought we'd go back and look, and I might even suggest some things that perhaps the defense team, were they to do this again. Oh, wow, they're going to do it again, sadly. If it goes to trial again, I think it will, but if it does, let's say it will. Yeah, so that's what we're doing at 9 Eastern. If you don't get to come to the live, I'll cry a little bit, but only a little bit. I'll do it in private. I won't cry on stream, unlike yesterday. What are my thoughts of this uneducated guest? Which one? I feel like there's two uneducated guests here. There's Karen the Boozy. Actually, and then there's Phelpsy. I don't know if he knows enough. And then don't even start me on Plevin. All right. So yes. Kerry Roberts next. Let's review her testimony. The name of the stream is called Kerry Roberts. We need to talk, because she turned up in that. I'll save it. Come to the next live. Me, Lisa, stay on topic. Shorty.
Of people who, quote unquote, knew John, who support Karen Reed. And I'm not sure if you got a chance to talk to any of
nobody that's close to the family.
Yeah, I was going to say, who do you find? I would love to know. I've not heard that at all.
Yeah, I've spoken to one. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and of course, talking about the attacks too, right after the 2020 thing.
Oh, those dirty pauses on Aiden. Yikes.
Turtle Boy is attacking Tara, John's ex-girlfriend, who seems like, a lovely, well-spoken, articulate person. And she's not coming out attacking the Free Karen Reed mob.
Not at all.
She's just coming out to speak up for John and talk about how that mob has attacked her.
Right.
Which they demonstrated.
They turned that into something so gross. They're like, look at her. She's still obsessed with him. 20 years later, she cared about him. You can have ex-boyfriends or girlfriends that you care about, that you don't want dead, that you want justice for. And they made it like this weird thing. And it wasn't. It was her missing her friend. And he just made it so ugly. He always does that.
He always does that. I feel like the people making things ugly are on the far left of the screen, and not me. I'm on the far left of the screen. Center left. Hey, well, I've got you all here. Let me think. Let me just hide this. Hide this for a second. Oh, Nurse Kim's in the house. Hi, Lovey. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by, babe. Good to see you. I'm sorry I haven't been in your chats lately, moderating or even there. Yikes, my world has just gone epic for a little while. Hang on, let me stop screen fatigue. So, wait. Oh, Pat Sanford. Yes. Hi. Okay. So let me just spruik my wares for a second. This here, and Nurse Kim has one of these. In fact, Kelly Reed has one. This is a sticker that I designed myself. It's kind of cool. It's got, it's a good quality vinyl sticker. You could put it on your car, bumper sticker. It'll come off easily. If you're worried about the damage it might do to your glass or your Duco, it won't. Good size for a laptop. If you are Grant Smith Ellis, you can put it all over the back of your laptop. Get 3 or 4 of them, 5. Drink bottle, tumbler. So basically, I've got about 120 of these left. The way to get yourself one, no money to me. I mean, like send me money, but not for this, is to make a direct donation to Karen's Defense Fund or to her Venmo or her PayPal. Take a screenshot of your donation and either email me or direct message me on Twitter or Facebook. I have a Facebook group page, or those, or in Discord. I think Adam's been dropping the Discord link from my Discord, which is a really fun place. Anyway, for one sticker, if you make a 10 or more dollar donation, up to $49. If you do a $50 donation or more, 2 stickers. And if you do over $100, 3 stickers. So if you screenshot your receipt, send that to me, and your address and if you have a name like, I don't know, I mean, Pat Sanford, if you did it, I wouldn't be able to send it to Pat Sanford because it wouldn't be your actual name, because you're not FBI Pat Sanford, right? But yeah, so, and then I have helpers. Chris Patch was here before. Patchy's one of my helpers. I know Laura Reich is one of my helpers. Ernie's got one. People have got one. Anyway, people have got one. There's only 120 left. So it's a good cause, obviously. Karen's Defense Fund. And you get something to show for it. Not that we want something to show for it, but as a little baby, I printed 20 of them, and it's kind of cool. So get on it. Free Karen Reid, yep. Free Karen Reid all the way. And justice for Officer John O'Keefe. They are one and the same. Absolutely.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It is disgusting, Plevin.
And what I want to say about that is that I've also spoken to people who are just afraid to come forward because of the attacks that they
myself and Karen just said yes at the same time. That's orcs.
will get. They're afraid to come out and speak because of the attacks they'll get. There's also people who have signed deals for, Netflix and other things who can't speak.
Well, they lied to you. I know the one person completely lied. There's no deal.
No. Since the time we spoke, I've spoken to several.
See, he's telling the truth that obviously people have signed deals so they can't talk. But Turtle Boy the reason it caused anxiety with Turtle is you could see it in his face because he doesn't have a deal. So, I mean, I wish those people hadn't signed those deals because now it limits their ability to get the word out or our ability to get the word out and change the narrative before the next trial.
I know.
So I really think it was.
Ruthie has one.
But Turtle Boy's upset about it because where's my deal? Where's my deal?
Everybody else has the deals and he doesn't. That's the problem.
Who actually have deals in place with and they just can't. They're not obligated to speak.
We'll see. We'll see. Some of those people, if I ever see any of those people on Netflix special, I'll admit I'm wrong. But I'm telling you right now, none of those people ain't never going to be on Netflix. Because a documentary, I mean, they could try. A documentary from the perspective of the McAlberts is literally burning fucking money. Like, that's the kind of project you do if you don't want to make money. Like,
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking more closer to.
Oh, and all.
What do you think about that,
Pat Sanford.
I mean, I'm thinking to myself, when that documentary comes out, whoever produced it.
Who is this Phelps? Apparently, he's a journalist. In fact, apparently, according to Phelpsy, he's a more reputable journalist than Aidan Carney, which, okay. I mean, apparently he has a podcast that has things that people have never heard about. I don't know about that, but okay, about the case. And he's been sort of dissing on Aidan, Dr. Turtleboy, Daddy, quite some. And then Stand Against the Mob, aka Plevin, and Karen, Boozy Karen, she just swigged a big drink out of a water bottle. I feel like it's wine, but okay.
Created it and Netflix are going to be rolling in the dough. I mean, look at the 2020 episode. That took off like wildfire. So, and that's because it's the first time.
Wait, I think she's saying that Netflix are grifters. Is that what you guys got? Yes.
Time that anybody has seen anything from the other side on mainstream media and balanced. So he's wrong. I mean, it pisses him off that he's wrong, but he's wrong. It's going to be major.
Well, I think he's partly right. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is the difference between responsible journalism and what he does.
Righto, mate. Oh my God.
Okay. If there's no question that conspiracy draws, right? It's the show Ancient Aliens has been on for like 15 years, right? I mean, it's not, if the idea that aliens built the pyramids is much more interesting than the idea that Egyptian slaves built the pyramids, Sure. So I think he's correct in that sense, but that doesn't mean that everybody's going to play the conspiracy angle.
So wait, Glenn, you're telling me, and Pat also, that Phelpsy has come into one of the most intricate the tangled web we weave cases in recent memory. So many twists and turns on every level. That we've found out. Well, actually, have we found out? How do we find out? That Aidan has uncovered. But he's the investigative journalist? Yeah, wow. I mean, that's got to be the definition of integrity, right? Lol.
Angle, because some of these people are journalists and have a sense of conscience about them and understand that this is a
yes.
But I should back up and say this, and I think this even about my content and yours, that when people are done with the conspiracy stuff and they want to actually look into what's really going on, that at some point the people like us and the Netflix that's about the McAlberts, then
Glenn Lake, I prefer We Ain't Got No Grift, but Grift has got no shame works too, right?
people can be like, wait, let me watch that. Let me see another point of view. Once they get through that initial fun of the conspiracy, similarly to what we did, we're like, let me ask questions, let me look around. Then those things are going to take off. It's like once that's fun and they realize, oh, this can't really be, they're going to look into the sources that are actually truthful. So he might be right in the beginning, but I think it might turn as time goes on.
I don't think it's going to turn, babe, but okay. Shut the fuck up, Plevin. Remember when he said that Unsolved Mysteries was going to be following him at the courthouse the day he brought his mic and his own camcorder? Remember that giant mic? If that wasn't a phallic substitute for his own shortfalls and his moves, I don't know what. Mystery solved. No, good one, Jess. Jess gets back on track with an absolute zinger. Nice.
Yeah, I'm not saying that people won't watch it at all. What I'm saying is but the
But of course it does.
it always sells. And the thing too is like once you get the explanation that this was just a hit and run, there's kind of no reason.
Oh, Plevin. I'm sorry. I've got tears in my eyes. He just said, once you get the explanation that this was just a hit and run. Oh, he's a fool. This man. Yeah, right. Pat Sanford. What the hell? Court TV. Do better. Wow. It is hard on these streets being a grifter. Adam and I grift hard together. It's all we think about is grift. Oh, I've got tears in my eyes. It's too funny. This is great.
To watch my channel again. There's kind of no reason to watch.
No one's watching your channel. Oh, wait. Oh, hang on. Wait.
But for the people that believe it's a conspiracy.
Oh, I'm yelling at the screen saying no one's watching your channel, but here we are. This is the first and last time, folks, because
conspiracy, they're all stirred up about it and they're going to keep watching it. So,
Interesting.
Right.
Our side, on my side.
No, I'm talking about the O'Keefe family themselves, and that's
right.
Right. I'm also talking about someone very, someone very close to Karen, someone very, they're very close. That that you hooked me up with.
Candy.
Can't speak because of obligations to documentary people.
I laugh like a turkey.
Get a chance to talk to Natalie.
She wants nothing to do with this.
Wow. And she's a talker. I mean, that's interesting because Natalie loves to talk.
Natalie likes to talk to people one-on-one.
Right.
Natalie does not want any part of being part of any documentary or being on the news.
Wait, are they talking about Natalie the German that Sean talks about? Obviously, with the file that handed over the whole file to Sean right in the beginning.
And she never. And both you and I have spoken to Natalie, and for him to come out, and this is what bothers me so much, he would come out and say, "Oh, she wants attention. She just wants friends. She wants this. She wants that." When none of that was the truth at all. She wanted nothing to do with it. Her family wants her to have nothing to do with it. She just wants to talk to who she wants to talk to, and she doesn't.
I love that they're speaking for Natalie too. Natalie the German. Wonder what she has to think. She's like, I want the money. I want to grift. Let me grift.
I don't want to be a part of any of this. So for him to say that, it's just it's so false, and it's so the opposite, like usual, of what the truth is. It's crazy.
I mean, I don't think she'd get mad at me for saying this. The Netflix people were out there last week and took her and her husband to dinner and did everything they could to try to get them, but neither one of them wants any part of it, and so they're just not going to do it. And but see, he can't understand that because he's not able to put himself in someone else's shoes.
Right.
That's the nature of a psychopath, and he is not able to understand because in his existence, all he thinks about is being the center of attention.
Yep.
So he doesn't understand that not everybody's like that.
Right, and she hasn't been like that.
Actually, you know what? Good point, Shannon in Arizona. I've heard about this. I've never watched it because I've never watched Plevin before. But Mr. Betterow did recommend it. He said it was 37, I think, minutes of your life you can't get back. But it was just so ludicrous. Shall we watch that together one time soon? I think I'll need you guys, shorties, I'll need your support. I'll need an emotional support chat to get me through it. Shall we? Stick a pin in it. Let's put it on the calendar somewhere, yeah? Definitely. Yes. Everyone says yes. Have they not read Natalie's text? Yes, we'll do it. We'll do it. I've got more time to stream for the next couple of weeks because I'm starting night shifts tonight. So that just means my whole world's upside down, but also but it means that in US time I'll be more available. So yes, bring Better on for it. Yeah, I could do that. I could ask him. I'm sure he would. Actually, I'm sure he would. Leave it with me, team. Imagine. Oh, it's not the front gate, really. Anyway, we'll watch a little bit more of this and then I'll have to wrap it up because we've got to talk about Kerry Roberts. We have to talk next up at 9.
That since day one.
It's a different
and that's
stream.
why his little spin that he tried to do about her never added up because that's not what she wanted. You know, she actually probably didn't even want to be the go-between, but she was trying to be a good friend. And then now it snowballed, and here she is.
Hi, Daisy.
Yeah.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
So that's interesting. I mean, she's the reason kind of that I got. I mean, not the reason, but like, you know, she, as you know, for the first month or so, she was heavily involved in helping me out writing these stories and getting to the bottom of this. But interesting, she doesn't want to be involved.
Thank you, Mrs. Ash. Thanks for coming.
No, but can you give us any insight on who you've spoken to that that no one else has? Is there anyone out there?
Yeah.
Have a good walk, Ruthie.
Well, you've spoken to them, but
are we allowed to say that? Are we allowed to say who or what, like what these people, who these people are, or is that something you want to say?
Let's hold that between me and you, close to the vest there.
Okay. Okay. So, but it is someone that's never been heard before and hasn't been on in 2020 or anything like that.
Absolutely. And
okay.
Someone.
Absolutely, it's always a great answer. Actually, I do
excellent. We look forward to hearing from whoever that person is, and maybe there's more than one of them. We'll see.
You know, and we've talked about this, you and I. And I also want to say something too that is important.
Wait, Aiden has a pink cup. Same. Kind of matching. Look, I match with Aiden. I've got that same shirt too that Aiden's got. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Got a bunch of stuff from Turtle Boy's shop. Shop. Oh, Pat Sanford. Like, I admire drug dealers for their ability to evade law enforcement while providing quality product and customer service. Same. I mean, I wish. Do you know any good drug dealers, Pat Sanford? Actually, wait, you're FBI, Pat Sanford. What are you doing admiring drug dealers? Alrighty. We'll finish up here. Aiden looks very concerned. He's looking at the chat going, fuck, chat's going off here and this dickhead, get him off my channel.
Important to me to say that. And I don't know if this your people, your
Stanley,
fans,
that's it, Wendy.
Turtle Riders, correct.
If they're, I think most might be, or some may be aware of this, but I've seen some criticism of you and some really bad, nasty attacks on you.
What did I just do? Did I do that? Yikes! What did I just do?
Marriage and your fathering it, and I've spent time with you and your kids, and you know that none of that's true. None of that is true. So that's the type of shit that I stay away from. You know, when people tell me this, they tell me that. You know, I've heard all kinds of different things about you, things you've done. Look, I'm not interested in stuff that hasn't been proven. People haven't been charged for. People haven't been put in jail for. Because it's all bullshit talk to me. You know,
I've got tears in my eyes again.
I'm interested in the truth.
People are fools.
You know,
right.
Aiden's going to lose
the facts, the truth.
Aiden's going to lose his ever-loving mind right now. The things people have told me about you. Oh, read the room, Phelpsy. Oh.
And I guess
I don't know about any of you guys. Would any of you would anybody in chat want to publicly insult Aiden Carney, Dr. Turtleboy, Uncle, Daddy? I would not like to risk the wrath of Dr. Turtleboy. Right? Mr. Phelps has no past. Well, I don't think he's got much of a future either, Candy. What do you reckon? I think he's shooting himself in the foot here. I don't think anybody in this free Karen Reed world, any turtle riders, any turtle roos, are going to be interested in anything he has to say. I'm not even now. Let me see. We're going to wrap it up in a second, but we'll keep it going for another sec. I would like a natural finish.
He has a pained expression at that. The truth is the enemy.
Yeah. And, you know, I almost kind of feel bad. I mean, maybe this is how Phelps really feels, or maybe he feels that he has to kind of like keep it a little bit even because this podcast is coming out. You know, I don't know how he really feels. I don't know him. I just feel like if he has heard some of the things
I can't even breathe.
and I'm talking pre-Lindsay, pre all of this, you know, with the ex-girlfriends and sextortion and things like that, and his wife, those things, you know, would kind of put a bad taste in your mouth as Michael, like, I keep calling him.
Yeah, in Aiden's mouth, all that shit's fucking. Oh, come on now. Okay, I can't with these people. I cannot with these people. I cannot with these people. I don't know who he is yet, but he brought me Trooper B, so I'm a fan. You don't know who Aiden is? Daisy. I did a whole interview with Aiden, actually. It wasn't my finest hour. It wasn't my problem. Oh, it was my problem. It wasn't my fault. But I'll give you all a little bit of a tip. I'm thinking I'm going to ask Aiden if he will come on again and talk just with me, because Shorty doesn't need a co-host. Shorty doesn't need that at all. So stay posted there. Send me positive vibes. I'm pretty sure he will. I'm pretty sure also Meredith will advocate for that, because Meredith was a fan of my aspect of that interview and not so much of a fan of my co-host. Okay, so I do have a big stream, another stream coming up next. It's also it's still free Karen Read. We're going to dissect Kerry Roberts' testimony with what we know now. So shall we go out on something wild, a wild ride? Thank you so much for being here, chat. Thank you so much to my moderators, my beautiful moderators, Ernie, Jess, Amber, Amy was here for a bit, and of course Adam drives Helen, my squeeze and my lead moderator. And yeah, I love you guys. I love you, good chat. Thank you to those of you, Glenn and Ruthie, who gifted out some memberships. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you to Mary, Adam, Candy, and Nurse Kim for the super chats and super stickers. Love it. Love you all. Much appreciated. Let me stop sharing that. Love my new lip liner too. Just saying, girls. Pretty cool. Just off Amazon. Anyway, catch you on the next one. Make sure you drop a comment after. Hit like. Share this episode. Subscribe if you haven't already. And get a sticker. Damn it. Love your faces.